Hello, it is Stargirl, the Practical Witch, and welcome to my YouTube channel today, everybody. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am Stargirl and I am a psychic medium here on YouTube, and I use my gifts to help encourage those who feel lost or for people who just want an insight into the future. So in today's mystical tarot reading, we're going to help you gain some self-awareness. We're going to see, using the tarot cards as well as my intuition, how others perceive you and your energy. How do other people see you? And this is in the context for love, strangers, your best friend, your family, everybody. We're going to see how people perceive you and your energy, because sometimes it can be quite difficult to figure out how other people perceive us. You know, sometimes we're not coming off in the way we think we are, and sometimes strangers are able to see things about ourselves that we are unable to see about ourselves, whether it's good or bad. Now, if you are new to online psychic readings, what I normally have you guys do is pick one of the options with your intuition or a random number generator, and then once you pick an option, you can fast forward to the timestamps I provide in the pinned comment as well as the description. But before I give you guys a chance to meditate on the options, I do want to give a huge thank you and shout out to my sponsors, Skillshare. So for those of you who don't know who Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of creative classes for anybody who loves learning. So like I always say, the biggest glow-ups don't just happen because you go through a physical appearance change. The biggest glow-ups come from within, and one of the biggest ways to glow up and self-improve is by expanding your knowledge and learning and pursuing your interest. So whatever your interest is, you can really learn about it on Skillshare. They have classes for illustration, graphic design, photography, film and video, lifestyle, productivity, creative writing, animation, marketing, web development, and the list goes on and on. If you have been really looking to expand your skill set on your creative interest, Skillshare is the place to do it. I know a lot of you who watch my channel have dreams of being on social media, having your own business, or just being creative in some way. And you might have been like, but how am I going to learn how to do it? How am I going to learn the technicalities? How am I ever going to be good enough to post my creativity online? Well, the best place to start is by learning and expanding your knowledge on Skillshare. Skillshare makes learning fun and easy. One thing about me is I am not a strong learner. Actually, I'm a very slow learner, and learning is very, very difficult for me. And one thing I really appreciate about Skillshare is how easy it is to learn with the short, condensed video format classes that are engaging. As somebody who has a lot of issues concentrating, I really love Skillshare. Actually, on Skillshare, I feel like a genius because of how fast I'm able to learn and pick up concepts with the format of these videos. So one class that I am currently taking is called Videos for Instagram. Tell an engaging story in less than a minute. And the reason why I decided to take this class is because the internet is really evolving recently to really push more 1 minute short content videos. So I wanted to learn how to make an engaging short video online because that's my job, using storytelling and cinematography. And this class teaches you how to do that. I love how Skillshare takes the mystery out of creativity and tells you the mechanics on how to make engaging and captivating art. I really enjoyed this teacher's energy as well. Like, her energy was on point and it was very easy to focus on what she was saying. And I find that with every class I take on Skillshare, the teachers are very clear and easy to understand. And I personally feel that our brain is a very complex computer, and the things that we watch and listen to the most start to shape the way that we think, act, and behave, which also generates our reality. So if you're looking for enriching things to watch and listen to that are going to grow you into the person you've always wanted wanted to be and help develop good habits, start with getting a Skillshare membership. This is one of those enriching self-development, self-growth things that is going to be amazing for you as well as your future. So the best part of this is you will be able to try Skillshare 1 month for free. The first 1,000 of my viewers to click the link I provide in the pinned comment as well as the description and sign up will get the first month free of Skillshare. That's so much that you can learn in 1 month. So start exploring your creativity today. Click that link I provide in the pinned comment as well as the description and sign up for Skillshare. Get that first month free. This is your sign that creative passion you have should not be ignored anymore. And now you are being offered 1 month free of Skillshare to develop that creative interest. Thank you guys so much for sitting through that. Now let's get back to the options. So these are your 3 options. I need you to pick one of the options with your intuition or a random number picker if your intuition doesn't feel all that strong today. No worries. But once you pick an option, you can then fast forward to the timestamps I provide in the pinned comment as well as the description. Click the timestamp next to your chosen option and it will fast forward you right to your psychic reading. Take as much time as you need to meditate on the options. Pause the video if you need to, but we are about to get started. So if you do need more time to pick an option, be sure to pause that video. Hi, group number 1. This is a reading about how other people perceive you. And I mean like strangers out on the street that you randomly ran into. When they look at you, what do they think? How do they perceive you? But also, how do people at work perceive you? How do potential love interests see you? That's what we are going to find out today. So, we're going to start off first with how people perceive your aura and your appearance when they first see you. Strangers, people who don't know you very well, how do they perceive you? So the first message I was feeling with your life story hasn't yet unfolded yet. People see you, group number 1, as somebody who has a lot of potential. People can see that you have not yet found your full path, or you have not yet found your calling or who it is you are meant to be in this life yet. And regardless of whether or not this is true, group number 1, this is not a reading about who you really are, okay? This is more a reading about how other people and strangers and those around you are perceiving you. So keep that in mind. I feel like strangers feel as though you haven't yet found your place here on earth. You haven't yet found who it is you're meant to be on this earth. You haven't yet found your life purpose or destiny. That is how other people perceive you, group number 1. And you know what's crazy about you? Who you really are. Okay, because I want to get that as well. In contrast, you're someone who really has a very strong intuition, group number 1. You're someone who really, you have an intuition in which you follow with natural ease, and you follow that intuition as a map of where to go. Even I'm feeling energetically, a lot of you are like, what do you mean? I don't have a strong intuition. Sometimes sometimes I feel really lost, and sometimes I feel very confused, and I feel like my intuition isn't working because sometimes I get confused. But group number one, whether or not you realize this about yourself, you do have a very in tune and strong intuition, and I'm hearing that you follow it very beautifully. And that's what you're doing right now. You're listening to the guidance of your soul. And recently, your intuition has been telling you that you need to be methodical and make grounded, slow steps. You need to be organized. You need to take consistent effort every day. And that's something that you have been doing. Even though progress has been slow, you have been taking steps forward and have been being very practical and responsible as well. You're in the process of slowly discovering yourself, group number one, and you are following your intuition. Okay, so strangers see that, maybe you're very confused about your life path. Maybe strangers see you as someone who has not yet fully found themselves. Okay, maybe they see you as someone who's uncertain or insecure. Strangers also perceive you as somebody who would make the perfect. So I'm hearing group number one, you actually have quite a bit of romantic admirers. Like a lot of people who notice you out in public feel that you are their soulmate, or feel that you are for them, or feel that you would make the perfect partner. But the thing is, group number one, you sometimes feel kind of negative about yourself. Sometimes you're unable to see why you're attractive or why anyone would be attracted to you. And because of that, you're unable to see how much you do get checked out in public and how much people do notice you romantically out in public. Actually, I'm hearing for you, group number one, the people that notice you the most out in public are people that want to date you because they're attracted to you, because they feel inexplicably drawn to you in a romantic sense. And I specifically heard in a romantic sense. But the problem is, because you are so negative on yourself, you're like, nobody notices me, nobody sees me, nobody is attracted to me. But in reality, a lot of these people just lack the courage to come up and approach you, because these people, they're unsure how you would take it. Okay, group number one, that's something that I hear about you. And the reason why these people are attracted to you is because you guys have this, I'm hearing breedable. Okay, so if you're a guy, people are attracted to you because they're like, damn, I want to have that guy's babies. I want those genes in my genes to make really strong offspring. I just sounded like Elon Musk and Grimes right there. Oh, so I apologize about the scientific terms, but essentially people think that you're breedable. And if you're a woman, these people are attracted to you because they want to impregnate you. And this might be something that you're unaware of, but essentially these people find you attractive because you would look like a good mother. Okay, like I got that message come up twice. You look like someone who'd be a good mother or a good mom, or you look like someone they want to impregnate, or you look like the type of person they want as the father to their children. I got that message come up literally 3 times. Also, if you're a mother, people are attracted to you because of your motherly instincts or the fact that you are a mother. Okay, people are attracted to that. And people are also attracted to your appearance, group number one, because they notice details about you. There's little details that you guys do that you pay extra attention to your appearance. Okay, like there's little details that you put into your appearance, whether it's like a small ring, whether it's like a little bit of glitter in your inner corner. People really like notice those things about you. So let's get into, how people perceive you, group number one, in regards to romantic interest. Since this was something that came up mainly, we're going to move into that portion of your reading, group number 1. We're going to see how potential love interests see you, what it is that they like about you, how they view you. So I feel that potential love interests know that if they're with you, they have to be ready to be in a committed, long-term, serious relationship, because you are not the person who is really into one-night stands or is really into just having a fling. And I feel like it's because a lot of you are very sensitive to energy, and there's nothing wrong with liking one-night stands. Me personally, not a huge fan of it, because you guys are sensitive to energy, and being intimate with someone is such a large energetic exchange, and you're very selective about who you give your intimate energy to. I don't know what I can say. I feel like my throat chakra is honestly hella blocked from the censorship I feel online. Like, I want to say sexualize, but apparently, sex is a bad thing and we need to keep it hush hush. But, it kind of looks like you guys people know, romantic interests know that if they were to get with you, group number 1, you would want someone who has a good character and who is ready for a serious relationship. That's how they view you. They also see you as someone who is very beautiful, or someone who is very attractive. And it's interesting because I see a lot of you are self-deprecating, so it might be hard for you to really believe that about yourself. And I feel that, the beauty card came up at least 3 times. So people see you as somebody who is ripe. Like I'm getting an image of a ripe fruit or a flower that is ready to be picked. And I feel that a lot of you guys, people who have messed with you in relationships, as soon as they have left your life, I want to tell you, they've had massively bad luck happen to them in their life. Specifically, someone with you who was a smartass, who was argumentative, who was cold, who wouldn't speak directly. That person you used to date, that person is really getting their karma. They've had a lot of bad luck recently, okay? Group number 1, someone you used to date has been having a massive amount of bad luck. I'm hearing they've gotten uglier. And I know a lot of you out there, guys, if you're like, Stargirl, why have you been more argumentative recently? It's because I want to express myself fully on this channel, and I feel that my readings have been held back because some people out there get offended by what I say, but I'm just gonna say it. This is the psychic message that's coming through. Someone has gotten severely uglier since they have ended a relationship with you, and this is their bad karma for the way that they have treated you. Okay, this person has tried to talk to other people. All right, this person has tried to talk to other people as well, but none of them compare to you, and that's this person's karma. All right, so how romantic love interests see you. They see you as someone who has worth. How do they see you? There's someone here, guys, romantic love interest. How do they see you, group number 1? There's someone here currently who wants to offer their cup of love to you. And I feel that you guys, like I said, are extremely intuitive, okay? You're people who are intuitive. You have been feeling that love is coming. You have been feeling that someone around you could possibly be having like romantic interest towards you. Some of you guys, like you know that music, when you go into a store, music can have psychic messages about people who want to send you messages. But group number 1, there is someone here currently who is viewing you in a very positive light. Some of you remind them of Marie Antoinette, or you remind them of like the 1700s. I'm hearing that someone here is viewing you as a potential love interest currently. This is somebody that you know through a friend. This is somebody that you know through your community, okay? So if you're a part of the spiritual community, this is someone in the spiritual community that you know of. If you're a part of the punk rock community, this is someone in the punk music industry. If you're part of the music scene, the LA scene, what kind of scene or group are you a part of, okay? And some of you might be like, Stargirl, I'm an individualist. I'm not a part of any group. There's definitely some sort of group you're involved in, whether you want to be or not. For instance, I'm a part of the spiritual community, whether I want to be or not, because I do spirituality on YouTube. So there's some sort of group, whether it's a church group or like some sort of scene or group you're a part of. This person in that group, you know, this person is viewing you as a potential love interest currently. And I feel like it's divine destiny, or it's about to come, like it's about time for this person to come in. I'm hearing this person is reliable. I'm hearing this person is someone that you can trust. Okay, your intuition has been telling you who it is. All right, a lot of you are burnt out with love, but I'm hearing your spirit guide say, give it one more final push, because there is someone who has come in that you have not completed your destiny with. This person is coming in very shortly, especially if you have recently been stepping into your power. If you have noticed that you have been more confident, you have been unafraid to step into your power, express yourself, and be bold and unapologetic, this is a sign that it's divine timing for this person to come in. Now, normally this person is very head over heart. Normally they're more logical as opposed to emotional, but you make this person emotional. You make this person feel emotions when normally they do not. This person is coming in for you, okay? Because this person is the next step of your growth. A lot of people who say, I don't want a relationship, I want to be alone. Essentially, it's my belief that what you're avoiding is a person who is going to pressure you to grow. And I was like this too, group number one. Actually, you know, I've been like, damn, I love being alone. I love shopping alone. I like thrifting. I like exploring my hobbies. I like seeing movies alone. And I really meant that, guys. Like, I really like being alone. Like, I don't need anybody. I truly enjoy being alone. And I got into this negative mindset where I'm like, I don't want to be with anybody. I don't need nobody. I don't want anybody. But essentially, I did some shadow work, and I realized that the reason I was like that is because I wanted to avoid growing, because a lot of the times relationships are put into our lives to be a pressure point to get us to grow. And I'm seeing that this soulmate or romantic love is coming in for you, group number one, because they're going to be a pressure point for you to grow. And I'm hearing like, let go of the past as well. This is not someone from the past. This might be somebody new, group number one, who's coming in for you. They already know of you. Okay, and this person is going to come in and they're viewing you right now. They're trying to decide how to approach you. And I'm seeing that this person normally is very logical, and their logic is telling them to not approach you, but their heart is telling them to approach you. That's a message that I heard about this person. So in the past, your love interest views you as someone who inspires creativity in them. Group number one, you are someone like your past love interest or people you have dated in the past, they see you as someone who's creatively inspiring. So maybe a lot of you have dated artists, or you dated people who were undercover artists, which means they secretly wrote poetry, they secretly wrote songs, they painted, or they did something creative. These people felt creatively inspired in your energy, group number one. And I'm hearing that you were the first love to a lot of people. Like a lot of people you have dated in the past, they might have been with other people, they might have dated other people, but a lot of the people from your past actually view you, group number one, as their first love, the first person that they felt was their true soulmate that they wanted to marry or settle down with. Group number one, you were the first of a lot of people's love. You also have a way of breaking up routine, breaking up monotony, and getting people out of their routine or their boring lives, or bringing excitement into their lives, which is why they fell in love with you. You guys are very unorthodox. I'm hearing manic pixie, okay? That term is so overused nowadays, but essentially you guys are very unstable in a good way. You are very unpredictable, and love interests view you as being unpredictable, as being unusual, as being someone who's unpredictable, and it brings excitement into their lives. You're that person they can't forget because you are so different. They see you as the planet of Uranus, which means they see you as someone who is not like most people they've dated. You are unpredictable. You break up their routine. You are never someone they can predict. And this is why people fall for you. And you tend to attract people who are very practical, who like routine, who are very disciplined, people who are very stuck and stagnant. You tend to attract people like this because you bring excitement and emotions into their life. You inspire group number one. I want to tell you something. You seem to attract a lot of people, group number one, who listen to their head and logic more than their emotions and their heart. But group number one, there's something about your energy that inspires a lot of these people who are more logical, who are more in their head. You inspire emotions in these people. You inspire them to feel something, which is very unusual for the people that you attract, because most of them, they choose romantic partners based on what makes sense, what is easy, what is logical, but they fall for you because you inspire them to feel something. And a lot of the people that you attract, group number one, have issues with feeling things. And most of the people they date, they don't actually feel anything with them. It's just what makes sense because they like the same things, or it's a good social marriage or something like that. But with you, you inspire these head over heart people to feel emotions. It's like you inspire emotions and intensity in them. And that's why these people from the past do have a really hard time letting you go. And I'm hearing that a lot of these people from your past, they're still very sexually attracted to you, and it takes a lot of willpower for them not to make sexual advances to you, is what I heard. I'm getting uncomfortable from these messages. I'm getting uncomfortable. Okay. So that's how romantic interests view you, group number one. Now, I want to get into more how people see you in the work, how people see you professionally. And also, I want to see how your spirit guides see you. How do your spirit guides and God sees you? And more on how other people see you. I feel like there's more to this message, so hang tight. So group number one, I'm seeing that you are respected in the workplace. And that's because you're seen as someone who is very responsible and who has a lot of good business sense. And people see you as someone who has a lot of power, group number one. I don't know if you know this, but you actually are very respected in your job and in your career, and people see you as someone who has a lot of power, okay? They see you as someone who has a lot of power, and people see you as someone who's also a little secretive as well, group number one, and you're always transforming, okay? Group number one, people at your workplace have seen you transform a lot in the last few years, and they're seeing that this transformation you have made has actually been something that's been very positive, because recently, group number one, astrological transits have been favoring you, especially when it comes to your career. So whatever your birth chart is, group number one, recently there's been positive planetary movements that have been helping you with your career, with your public image, with your fame. So people have actually transformed the way they have viewed you in the workplace, group number one. People used to see you as someone who was emotional, fickle, unsure, insecure, and somebody who was just like an emotional mess is what I'm hearing, or like your emotions were written all over your face. But recently you have went through a positive transformation, and now people are seeing you as responsible. They're seeing you as someone that can be relied upon, people who have good business sense, and you've also grown in power. I'm hearing group number 1, you're very close to achieving a professional goal of yours. Group number 1, you are very close to achieving your professional goals. I'm also hearing a lot of people at your workplace, group number 1, might steal from you. They might lie to you. They might try to steal your ideas. They might try to sabotage you in the workplace, group number 1. You have people here who might try to sabotage you in the workplace, and this is because they're jealous of your abundance. And some of them, guys, I will tell you, they could be a Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. You have a lot of people at your job who don't want to see you succeed, or who try to steal from you, or who try to use you for getting ahead. So you have to be aware of that. Ravens for you are a sign to be aware of your surroundings, group number 1. But essentially, what's happened for you is you guys have also learned how to move in silence. You have learned how to get what you want without being overt about it as well. So you've been moving in silence, and I'm hearing that now is the time to really not be so vocal about your next steps. And I'm hearing you're very close to achieving a goal in your workplace as well, group number 1, and you're about to receive some career success as well. And I feel for you guys, it's because you're taking a leap of faith into the unknown with your job and career. Okay, there's a new beginning that's happening in your job and career, group number 1, that's going to be very lucky for you. Or there's a new doorway opening in your job and career that's going to be very lucky for you, that's requiring a leap of faith that you're very anxious about, that you're very uncertain about. You're maybe letting your negative thoughts keep you from taking this leap of faith in this new beginning, because you're like, oh, what if I fail? What if it's the wrong path? What if it's a waste of time? What if I am not good enough? You're letting a lot of your fears keep you from this new doorway in your career. But I'm hearing that your intuition has been pulling you towards it, because this new doorway is going to be lucky for you, and people sense that you are really on the up and up in your career. And that's because you have overcome a lot of obstacles on your way to success, group number 1. So you have a lot of power in the workplace. People are scared of you, group number 1. People know not to mess with you, group number 1, because they know you have power. All right. So if you've been reading the laws of power, if you have been, really working on your authority, people respect you in the workplace, group number 1. And I want to tell you, people have seen you in the workplace positively transform for the better into being way more responsible, taking responsibility for yourself, and I'm hearing that you do have someone younger than you who admires you in your workplace, group number 1. There is a secret admirer or someone who has a crush on you in your workplace who is younger than you. This is a new person. I'm hearing pay attention to new people who enter your life, group number 1, especially in the work setting or especially professionally. Pay attention to new people coming in. These new people are your secret admirers, group number 1. I'm hearing there's new people coming into your job. There's new people appearing to you in the workplace, okay? One of these new people, they are your secret admirer. A secret admirer, they could be a Libra, sun, moon, or rising, okay? Definitely a lot of air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I'm also hearing, guys, pay attention to new people who are entering your life professionally, because these people share your same goals and they're going to help you grow your career. You're close to reaching a goal, and these people are going to help you in reaching this goal as well. Okay. Group number 1, people can tell in the workplace you're not showing all of your cards as well, group number 1. People in the workplace are saying, What is group number one hiding? Why are they so secretive? Why are they moving in silence? People can tell group number one, you're not showing all of your cards. So you actually have people in the workplace, group number one, who have been doing divination on you. They've been asking psychics about you as well. Okay. And psychics have told them that luck is on your side. People can tell you're hiding something, group number one, and you're not showing all of your cards because you have learned to move in silence, group number one. That's how people see you in the workplace. Okay, bunnies for you, when you see rabbits, group number one, rabbits for you in the next 3 months are a symbol of good luck coming into your life. So whenever you see a rabbit, this means luck is entering your life. I'm hearing that you guys are attracting luck in your job. You're attracting luck in your career, and you do have a lot of competition around you, group number one. All right. You have a lot of competition, group number one, and this is because you guys are discovering a new creative talent of yours, group number one. You have a creative talent you are currently newly discovering, and this creative talent needs to be explored. It needs to be focused on, group number one. You have a creative talent of yours that you might feel uncertain about proceeding with because you're self-deprecating, but you're going to discover and grow this talent, and this talent is causing a lot of jealousy around you, but you need to release these limiting beliefs that you're not good enough, that it'll be a waste of time, that you're not really that talented. It's like those limiting beliefs are keeping you from exploring this new creative talent, and this new creative talent, guys, is going to bring you a lot of luck in your job, okay? And you have a lot of people who are jealous over this as well. So I want to see, group number one, how your spirit guides view you. How are you viewed on the spiritual plane, group number one, currently? Let's take a look at it. Okay. Your spirit guides are funny as hell, group number one. You know what they're telling me? They're saying you procrastinate a lot. You have this one spirit guide that's telling me, I am so freaking annoyed with group number one. Your spirit guides are telling me with this picture, they've had it up to here with you, group one. Like, do you see this guy's face? This is the face of your spirit guide, and they're looking at me like, I have had it with group number one. I have lost my patience with group number one. A lot of you guys, you procrastinate, and I'll tell you why you procrastinate. You procrastinate, group number one, because you feel like you're not good enough. You feel like, what's the point? You feel like your limiting beliefs of fear of failure and not being good enough causes you to procrastinate and not take action. And I'm hearing that your spirit guides are saying, we're trying to get you to take action, but you distract with TikTok, you distract with other things from doing what you're supposed to do. So your spirit guides are telling me you procrastinate a lot, okay? Your spirit guides also view you as somebody. Let's see what's going on here. How do your spirit guides view you? Your spirit guides view you as the phoenix, group number one. You are constantly changing and evolving like the seasons. Okay, some people, they stay the same all of the time. You know, like those people, and I'm not trying to rip or hate on anybody. It's just like I'm trying to make an example. You know those people that like, they peaked in the 80s or 90s and they just keep that same style to the point where they look comical because they haven't evolved in decades? You're not one of those people. Your spirit guides view you as someone who's constantly changing like the seasons. You're constantly evolving. You're constantly evolving to the next stage. You're constantly evolving for the better. Who you were this year is not who you were last year. Who you were 3 years ago was not who you are now. Like your spirit guides are saying, one of your gifts in life is you're constantly evolving. So you're going to live a lot of different lives in one life, group number one. Your spirit guides view you as somebody who is also an earth angel yourself, group number one, whether you realize it or not. Your spirit guides see you as a baby. Okay, they see you as someone who's an earth angel. They see you as somebody who is very nurturing and loving to animals, to other people. It's a natural instinct you have, group number one. This is not something you try to be. It's not something that you consciously, it's something that you do on autopilot. It's something that just comes naturally to you. You're naturally very like motherly, even if you don't want to be. Like, I hate when people, say, oh, because you're a Cancer rising in tropical astrology, stargirl, it means that you're motherly. I'm like, I don't want to be motherly and caring, but it's not something that you can help. It's something you do on autopilot. It's something you just do without thinking. It's your natural default setting. You're someone who's very nurturely, motherly, or fatherly. You have the gift of nurturing other people. You have a motherly or fatherly energy about you, which is why you attract so many young people, okay? Even towards your animals, like you treat them like babies, okay? Doves for you are a very big sign, group number one. I'm hearing you are the dove. If you've been seeing doves recently, this is a sign that love is coming for you. But your spirit guides are essentially saying they see you as someone who is love. That's your natural default setting. It's just pure love. Almost like a naive kind of love that you have for others, group number one. Okay? So that is what I have for you. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Group two, can I tell you something? I am actually struggling today with a lot of anxiety. And, as a psychic, and those of you who are psychics out there, you might be able to relate. I have to work. I have to keep a schedule. And sometimes I have to just push through my anxiety. And I just wanted to be vulnerable with you guys and let you know I'm struggling really bad with my anxiety and like feelings of doom. And I want you to know, group number two, that, maybe some of you guys are struggling with that too, but hey, life is life. We can't let our feelings and anxieties keep us from doing what we're supposed to do. It's super frustrating when you're really sensitive and you have to keep a schedule and you have to push through even though you have feelings of doom. Gosh, I hate being so sensitive sometimes, but maybe some of you can relate. So group two, I want to see how people perceive you, your aura, and your appearance. And I'm talking about strangers on the street, and also just in general, how like people perceive you, like those who want to date you, people at work, how do they perceive you? How do your friends perceive you? How do your enemies perceive you? And how do your spirit guides perceive you? We're going to see how everyone on the outside perceives you, regardless of whether or not it's true. But we're also going to see, is it the same as how you really are, how people perceive you? We're going to look at that too. So how do people, group number two, perceive your appearance? People perceive you as someone who is extremely ambitious, and you are going to get towards where you want to be no matter what. People can tell that you're ambitious. What's going on underneath? You know what's really going on underneath? You guys want security. You want financial security, and you feel the best when you have financial security, group number two. And when you are feeling good financially, that's when you feel happy. So this is why, group number two, you're always pushing towards success, and people can tell that you're super ambitious, group two. People also see about you. One thing I'm seeing is that, in both pictures, she's holding a diamond. Okay, like in both of these pictures, which I will show you, she is holding a diamond, and the hands are symbolic in body reading of your skills. And the fact that she's holding a diamond shows me that you have a skill of generating wealth. You have a skill of making wealth. You have a skill of accumulating wealth, group number 2, and people can tell that about you. People can tell that whatever skill that you have, even if you have not generated wealth yet, people can tell that your skills are going to generate a lot of wealth for you in this lifetime. Okay? People also feel that people like to give you money, or people like to hand you wealth. I see that as well. Let's see how else people perceive you. Group number 2. People see you as defensive. Okay, maybe you guys aren't very open to other people. Maybe you kind of have an energy where you're like, don't come near me. You have very strong boundaries, group number 2, and people can tell that about you. You're not going to take crap from anybody. People can tell that you're not going to just bend over and let people treat you in any sort of way. You have strong boundaries, and you're also ready to fight if someone tries to take advantage of you. People also see you as a challenging to get to know, group number 2. Let's see what's really going on. And the reason why you're like this is because you're very cautious of other people, group number 2. You don't trust other people very quickly. So the reason why you come off as standoffish, like that song, I'm sorry if I seem uninterested, it's because you don't trust people, and you're not going to be open to everybody because you're scared, right? So let's see what this 6 of Pentacles, what this is about. People see you as somebody who maybe needs to be taken care of in a relationship as well. They also see you as someone who's very generous with people that you care about. Like, people know, like, if you're in their close circle, group number 2, you're going to be so freaking generous with them. Like, when you trust somebody, like, this is not like, you know how some people with strangers, they'll kiss strangers' asses, group 2? You don't do that. You're like, until I get to know you and see if you're deserving of my time, energy, and love, I am not going to kiss your ass, and I'm not going to be nice to you if I don't know you and you're a stranger. But if you get to know someone and someone's proven to you that you're loyal, and someone's proven to you that they are good, that they are nice, that they can be trusted, you are so generous with them, group 2. And that shows a very good character. You know, people who have a weaker character, they'll be nicer to strangers than those closest to them. You're not like that. You have a strong character, group 2. You have a strong character, and you are perceived as someone who is very determined to make wealth, but you're also extremely guarded unless you really care and know someone deeply, group 2. That's beautiful. So I kind of want to see, like, what about your physical appearance people notice the most, group number 2. I want to know, like, physically what people notice the most. What do people notice first about your appearance? Okay, so people pay, this is interesting that this card came up, all right? People feel about your appearance that you are somebody who, you know what, I just got it. People don't really notice something particular about your appearance. They feel your appearance. They feel your energy. It's not really like something about your appearance that really draws people in. And that's not to say that you're ugly. And that's not to say that there's nothing about your appearance that's worth looking at. It's just when I look at these cards, how I feel from these cards is people, when they're in your energy, with her blindfold here, group 2, okay? With this blindfold here, I don't feel like people really see your presence. They feel your presence. There's something they feel about your presence. What do they feel in your presence? They feel, group number 2, that you are very capable. People can tell about you, group number 2, that you are capable, that you are practical, that you are structured, that you are powerful. People feel the power and authority in your presence, group number 2. So because of that, people get very intimidated by you. People feel your attitude, group number 2, more than they notice your appearance. Like it's something energetically people can't miss about you. And what they can't miss is the fact that you have an aura of someone who's in a position of power, a position of authority. People can tell, like people feel automatically like when you're in a room, you are a leader, that you are someone that they need to listen to. People can feel your power, group number 2. People can also feel about you that what you're hiding underneath is that you are actually someone who's going through a lot of pain. So even though like when you're in a room, people are like, I need to listen to this person. This person is a powerful person. This person is like giving boss energy. People submit essentially, like you have alpha energy. But what they can feel about you is that you also are someone who's going through a lot of emotional pain underneath. And I think that's why you're so generous with those around you. I think that's why you're so generous with your wealth. You're so generous with your time and energy with those you care about, because you know what it's like to be feeling like a piece of shit, essentially. Like you know what it's like to feel pain. And instead of inflicting pain on others, you give energy, you give time to others. People can tell that when you give, group 2, when you're generous, it's because you know what it's like to suffer. You know what it's like to be in pain. Okay, group number 2. But I would say like, what people feel most about your energy is that you're powerful, you're alpha. Like people need to listen to you and submit to you. Okay? Like you're very assertive. You have energy that really dominates other people. Like people will normally submit to your will, or essentially like alpha energy, group number 2. So what I want to do is I want to see how potential love interests see you, like new people who are interested in you romantically. How do they view you, group number 2? How do they view you, your partnerships? So people, it's interesting, guys, like people that are with you romantically, they also, I'm getting her eyes are closed again. So they see you as someone, they feel you on an energetic level. Okay. A lot of you guys are very mysterious in relationships. You don't show all of your cards. You don't show all of, like, you don't give away your mystery. You leave a lot to the unseen, and people who are with you in a romantic relationship feel like it's very hard to get to know the real you. You might be someone who hides your emotions very well. Even like in your close friendships and your relationships, you hide your emotions very, very well. You hide yourself very well, and people find it's really hard to get to know the real you. And people also feel like you're mistrustful of them in romantic relationships, like you're very mistrustful. They also see you as someone who's very unique in your appearance, group number 2. People in romantic relationships with you, they feel that one of the reasons why they're drawn to you is the fact that you are extremely intelligent. Even if you don't see that, the people that you date see you as someone who is very intelligent, very unique. Like some of you guys, you might dress in a way that is very different than how the people they've dated in the past dressed. They also see you as being someone who's very edgy and very futuristic, and maybe more comfortable with a friendship connection rather than a deep, intimate love connection. And that's because you hide a lot of your emotions and you hide a lot of your feelings, group number 2. And maybe you feel better just being silly, or just being more of a friend in relationships, or just being more kind of like just unique, because you don't feel comfortable with even showing your emotions to people you're in a romantic relationship with. And a lot of the people that date you, group number 2, one of the reasons why they date you is because you make such a good friend, okay? Like you guys really like, it's not just an emotion. Like, you make a cool friend. People date you and they fall in love with you because they're like, damn, I fuck with this person. They're a cool person. I want to be friends with this person. They're unique. You guys also are people who, like, they see you as somebody who's well-traveled as well. Okay, group number 2, they see you as someone who is well-traveled, and people that you date also see you as someone who really just overworks themselves as well. Okay, I don't know if you guys, like, I feel like you guys are high achievers, and I always quote this Marina song. It comes, high achiever, don't you see, baby, nothing comes for free. They say I'm a control freak, driven by a need to succeed. The people that you date see that you are a high achiever, and you're gonna burn yourself out on getting to your goals. Let's see, like, what kind of people notice you romantically. So the kind of people that notice you romantically, we have Black Moon, and we have Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. I'm hearing you have to beware of people, group number 2, who want to take advantage of you for your money or your ability to generate wealth. And I am not saying that no one wants you or no one desires you, but you seem to attract opportunistic people to you, group number 2, because you are so successful. So some people that you attract might have hidden motives of maybe wanting to take advantage of your gift of making money. But also, group number 2, I feel like people on the flip side, people might view you as possessions, or they might view you as property. So right now, you might be attracting attention from people who want to control you. They are very controlling. They might want to tell you what to wear, tell you how to dress, tell you how to do your makeup, tell you what to do, kind of like Elvis Presley to Priscilla Presley, if we want to look at popular pop culture at the moment. So it kind of looks like, group number 2, that you attract 2 kinds of people. One kind of person that wants to use you for your wealth because they see your potential, and they know that if they were to be with you, you would generate a lot of wealth, you would generate a lot of financial abundance for them. But you also attract a lot of people romantically who see you as an object, who want to control you. Very controlling people who feel like, you need to wear this, you need to do your hair like this. And if you haven't been with someone like that yet, group 2, there's someone in your energy field that I feel wants to control you and sees you as an object and wants to tell you how to be and how to act. Those are the kind of people that you attract to you. And like I said, the reason why they are attracted to you is because of your gift of making money. But this controlling person, they're attracted to you, group number 2. They're attracted to you, group number 2, because of how edgy you are. I'm hearing the words for you, group number 2, you're edgy. You're not like other girls. You're not like other guys. You walk to the beat of your own drum. And I don't mean in like a pick me energy. You truly walk to the beat of your own drum. You are truly unique and different. And I feel like you can be very distant. Okay, group number 2, you can be very distant. You can be very like emotionally distant. You can be very very distant emotionally. And this attracts a lot of controlling people who want to control you. They want to tame you. They want to tell you what to wear. You know, it's interesting. They're drawn to your difference. They're drawn to your unique energy. They're drawn to your emotional distance, but it makes them want to control you and change you, which is very weird. You also have to beware, group number 2, of people who are already married, or people who want to use you as a side piece, or people who are already in relationships. Beware of these people, group 2. I'm so sorry. It's so toxic up in here in your relationships. But I don't want to leave you in that, toxic energy. I'm kind of curious for you, group number 2. What's going on here? What's going on in your love relationships, group number 2? I see you've been put in a lot of love triangles, okay? Well, what's going on? Oh my gosh, look, your relationships have been very challenging recently. There's been, it hasn't been easy. The square card, it's either been non-existent or your relationships have been demanding. They've been a lot of pressure. It hasn't been good. It felt like your relationships have been a lot of work. It's been challenging, non-existent, stuck, shitty, essentially, group 2. Your relationship life has not been good. I'm getting the energy of Saturn. Okay, so Saturn has been showing you a lot of crap in your romantic relationships. It's been hard work. It hasn't been easy or passionate. It's just felt like stuck, stagnant, and challenging, group 2. Let's see what's coming. And I want to tell you, in your relationships, group 2, slow and steady, okay? This is the energy, group 2, of if you're not in a relationship, you need more patience at this moment. Or if you're in a relationship, if you love somebody, relationships are work. Relationships are slow and steady work. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. So a lack of passion in your relationships, group 2, okay? Let's move on, though, because I see you're very career-oriented, group 2, and I see you're very business-oriented, and you're very into making your money. I want to see how people at work perceive you. So, group number 2, how are you seen in the professional field? How are you seen at work by your boss? Okay, how are you seen, in your career? That's what I want to figure out today. So let's see what came up here. So I feel like people are saying that people see that you're in a learning period of your life purpose. So maybe you guys are on track to your life purpose, group number 2. You are on track to your life purpose, like you are on the path of doing your life purpose, but right now you're in a very learning stage of your life purpose where you're still figuring out the details, you're still learning, you're still figuring out the details of it. Okay? And people will say that you're moving quickly towards your destiny. People can see that you are moving quickly towards what it is you're meant to do. So people can tell, group number 2, that you are on track to your life purpose and destiny. People can tell that you have a strong destiny. You have a passion, or you have something that lights you up that you're meant to do as your destiny. But people can see that you are still tweaking the details. You're still in the learning phase. You're not quite there all the way, but almost. People can tell that you're still discovering yourself as well. And I see this compass come up twice, so people can tell you're on the right path. Like people, when they see what it is that you do, when they see what it is you do as a job and career, they can tell you're on track to your destiny. They can tell you're following your North Star. They can just see that you guys are on a fast ascend to the top as well, okay? People can tell that about you, but they can also see you guys are in a period of a learning phase. So whether that means you're still finding your signature style, you're still finding your signature look, you're still finding the details of it. Also, I'm hearing there's a lot of fast changes that are happening for you in your career. And people can see that for you. Sometimes other people can see things about ourselves that we can't. And people can see things are moving quickly for you in your career. There's a lot of fast changes happening for you in your career, which is interesting because a lot of you might feel stuck, or you might feel stagnant, or you have a lot of negative worries about your career. But from an outside perspective, people can see There's a lot of fast changes that are happening in your career due to your self-mastery and will, and that you're on the fast ascend to the top and to your destiny, group number 2. That's what people can tell. And I sense some fast changes happening in your career, group number 2. And you're being asked at this time to surrender and go with the flow. You are not in the wrong spot. Maybe this is not the right time to take action in your career, group number 2, which is why you feel stuck, which is why you feel uncertain, which is why you feel maybe a little like low energy. That's just the season, but I see quick changes happening for you, and people can see that. I'm seeing opportunities, quick opportunities coming in for you, group number 2. And you know what else people can tell about you, group number 2? People can tell you value your freedom at your job and your career, and that's something that you value is your freedom. And I will tell you, group 2, people see that you have a skill that you're on the path to mastery on, group 2. You have a skill. You've discovered your talents. You've discovered your life purpose, group 2. People can see that. You have. But you're on the path to mastering it and becoming a master at that, group 2. Okay, now let's see how your enemies view you. How do people in competition with you view you? How do your competitors view you? So your competitors, how do they view you? Okay, why are they jealous of you? Why are they competitive with you? 6 of Wands, your competitors view you as being popular. Like everyone likes you, group 2, in the workplace. People praise you in the workplace. People are like, it's like, how do I give an example of a celebrity? It's like how Lana Del Rey has like a cult following almost, where so many people post her songs on TikTok and try to sing like her, blah, blah, blah. It's like you have that kind of popularity in the workplace, group number 2, where people are always singing your praises. People are always like talking about you in a positive way. So your competitors are jealous of your popularity, group number 2. The fact that you're so well liked at work. The fact that everybody seems to like you. The fact that everybody seems to like what you do and like who you are and praise you. Your competitors are jealous of that you have like popularity in the workplace, that you have clout in your workplace. And your competitors are jealous of your confidence. Even if you don't feel confident, guys, a lot of you are burnt out. A lot of you are really burnt out. You work very hard. You take on a lot of responsibility, but you come off as just being naturally talented, naturally good at what you do. Things seem to come with ease. And they're jealous of your creativity and confidence in your creations and confidence in yourself, group 2. That's what your competitors are jealous of. They're jealous of your perceived confidence and how your talents seem to just come easy. Like you seem to just be naturally talented when they don't see all of the hard work you've put into it. They're jealous of your confidence and your personality, group number 2. The people that are jealous of you and your competitors, with the people that are most jealous, group number 2, are people that just think about all of their ideas, but they don't take action. The people that are most jealous of you are those that don't have the confidence to take action on their ideas. Meanwhile, they're jealous over your confidence and that you can put yourself out there. You let yourself be seen. You let yourself shine. And the people that are most jealous of you, They're so stuck in their head. They're so insecure. They don't let themselves be seen. And they're jealous of your confidence to put yourself out there and express yourself. And they're jealous over the fact that you're seen and you're praised by other people. Other people copy you. Other people like what you do. Meanwhile, they're unseen. Meanwhile, they don't put themselves out there because they overthink everything. Meanwhile, they're overlooked. No one seems to look in their direction. Those are the people that are most jealous of you, group 2. And now what we're going to take a look at is how you are seen on the spiritual realm, how you are seen by your spirit guides, and how you are seen by God. How are you seen on the spiritual realm? That's what we're going to find out today, group number 2. I said I was going to cover all aspects, and your spirit guides see you as someone they have chosen to be in a leadership position here on earth. A lot of your likes and a lot of your dislikes and a lot of the way that you look and how you naturally carry yourself is a reflection of the fact, group 2, that you have been chosen to be a leader here on earth, to lead divine will, group 2. And your spirit guides are saying you are the way you are, the things that you like, how you look in your energy field. This was given to you because you were chosen to be a leader here on earth. You were chosen to lead others here on earth, and they see you as that. And this is why you are futuristic. This is why you maybe are a little rebellious and you don't really try to fit in. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to lead. You're supposed to be one of the people that leads the new world, the new earth, group number 2. And your spirit guides see you as that because they chose you to lead the new earth and the new world. All right. Your spirit guides, what are they saying about you currently? Your spirit guides are saying that we're bringing in luck for you in your life. We blessed you a lot in this life, group number 2, whether you recognize it or not. Your spirit guides have blessed you with talents. They have blessed you with luck. They're blessing you with ease in this life, group number 2. And your spirit guides are saying that life is an up and down cycle. Even if you're in a down cycle, luck is coming your way. Ease is coming your way. And they're also saying that your gifts may also bring pain, but life cannot all be happiness. There needs to be a trade-off. So even though you are gifted and your spirit guides are saying we have chosen you and we have gifted you with so many talents, we've gifted you with so much luck, we've gifted you with so much, there will always be the dark side of the coin where it will also bring an equal amount of pain, because that's just the duality of life. And the pain that these gifts might cause you is unexpected situation, shadow work. Your destiny is going to be the trigger of a lot of shadow work for you, group number 2. For some people, it's relationships. For some people, it's family. For you, your destiny is going to trigger a lot of shadow work that comes up for you. And that's going to be the dark side of the coin of all the gifts that you were gifted with. That is a message from your spirit guides. And your spirit guides want to tell you something about yourself. They want to say that it's a part of your destiny to have power and empire and to be wealthy, because we have chosen you to be a leader here on this earth, which is why you are futuristic, which is why you are different, because we made you that way, because we chose you to be a leader, which is why you will be blessed so much in this lifetime. But the dark side of all of these blessings, there's always a dark side. To every coin, there's a light and dark. The dark side is, even though you're going to be so blessed, there will be a lot of unexpected situations that come up, a lot of unexpected endings, a lot of scary changes that happen in your life, a lot of facing your fears, a lot of the unexpected, a lot of death and rebirth that happens in your life, a lot of loss, unexpected situations, extreme ups and downs in life, a lot of endings and new beginnings, which can be very stressful, that enters your life. And your spirit guides want to leave you with the message that you look exactly like how you were supposed to look to bring in this new earth. That's the messages I had. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Group 3. As you guys know, I'm always battling between aesthetic tarot cards and what sparks my intuition. I just wish those aesthetic tarot cards just helped my intuition better, but lo and behold, this is a psychic reading, so we're just going to continue with the reading anyway. Just letting you guys in on a little bit of a struggle, a battle that's going on in my head. Should I use aesthetic tarot cards or tarot cards that help with my psychic ability? It's always a battle. So, group 3, what do people perceive about you? What do people perceive about you? How do strangers see you? How do potential love interests see you? People at work see you? Everybody around you from an outside perspective, how do others perceive you? Okay? That's what we're going to discover today. And I heard for you that a lot of you are a dreamer. Group 3, you are a dreamer. So you have really big dreams. You have really big goals and dreams that might seem impossible, that might seem ungrounded, that might seem like, you really want something that most people would deem as impossible, or a life most people won't strive for because they deem it as unrealistic. But the difference with you, group number 3, is you are actually putting in the practical effort to get it done and make it a reality. And I don't know if some of you have recently went through your Saturn return. It's okay if you haven't. It's not for everyone, but I'm specifically seeing a Saturn return for you guys. Hey, me too, group 3. So you're between the ages of what, 27 and 30 or 31? I'm seeing like recently you have been like, you know what? I'm going to actually make this happen. I am going to actually put in the work to make this happen. And I'm actually going to take the small, consistent steps necessary to make it happen. Even if it's going slowly, I'm going to go towards that dream and make it a reality, even if it takes a lot of hard work. And even if it feels like I'm moving at a snail's pace, I'm going to do it because I know I can make this dream a reality. And that's who you are, and that is how people view you. They view you as a dreamer. Group 3, a dreamer who's actually going to get it done. And people respect that. People see you as someone who has like a crazy amount of hope. And most people don't have that hope, but you do. Group 3, you do. You do, and you're not going to let down your inner child. There's a dream you had when you were a child, and I'm going to start off first with the channel messages, and then I'll get into your tarot reading. But there is a dream that you had as a child. Okay, as a child, you like to play imagination a lot, group 3. You're like that kid who's always playing imagination and playing pretend, because as a kid, you were a dreamer. This might have been a disassociative mechanism you had, group 3. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. You might have disassociated a lot as a child. Maybe because your surroundings weren't that great, but It made you someone who was extremely creative. And this dream you had as a child, you are making it a reality, and you are using that dream as your North Star. And people see that about you, group 3. And they go, you know what? I respect that. Like, okay, group 3, you're the type of person where you're going after your dreams, right? People will look at what you're posting, or people will look at what you're doing, and they won't judge it. They won't be like, wow, that's so cringe. They'll actually be like, I respect the fact that they're going for it. That takes a lot of courage. That takes a lot of balls, and they're putting in the work. I respect that. So group 3, I want to see what the first thing people notice about you is. We have astrological transits favor you at this time. So recently you've been getting a lot more attention, group number 3. A lot more people have been noticing you out in public. With struggle and power. What does this mean? What people first notice about you? Friendships. Okay, so you might have like friendships around you who have been very controlling. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing friendships around you, have kind of been a little bit toxic, group 3. I don't know if you attract people who are witches or, they're very controlling, but I'm hearing like your friendships have a lot of rivalry with you at this time. People who are your friends or supposed to be your friends, they feel a little competitive with you. That's the energy I'm picking up. Let's see how astrological transits are favoring you. So if you guys have recently, group 3, been through a breakup or been through a period of struggle and unwelcome change and just feeling like, look at this picture, how she's feeling sad. She's feeling like depressed. She's feeling lost. Some of you have been feeling lost with that blindfold where you can't see where your life is headed. You're confused. You're crying because you feel lost, because you feel in the dark. Maybe some of you have been through change that, things were pressuring you to change that were uncomfortable. I see that. But I'm telling you, like, this is for your benefit with astrological transits favor you at this time. Let's see why it's for your benefit. It was for spiritual growth, group number 3. It might seem like, wow, why is all this bad luck happening to me? Why are these unexpected situations coming up? Why me? Why? It was for spiritual growth. But why is spiritual growth important? When people are saying, like, for me personally, when people say it's for spiritual growth, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about spiritual growth. I mean, who honestly feels that way? I honestly do. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. When people are like, oh, all of these bad things happen for spiritual growth and character development, it's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about character development, right? You're like, why is that important? So let's see for you, group 3. Why the shadow work was necessary, why these character development situations was necessary. It was to help you with your abundance and your beauty. It was for your ultimate glow up with this Empress card right here. It was for creative inspiration, as we see with the baby in her belly. It was for, because what is birth? What is birth? Let's think about this, group 3. Birth is pain. Creativity is pain. Creating a business is pain. Why? Because making a baby is very similar to making a business or making an album or making something, creating something on earth. Birth is pain. Childbirth is pain. What comes out of pain? Creation. Creation comes out of pain. Okay? So if you're like, why? Why is this spiritual growth important? Why is it that, oh, it's for my greater good? Because creation, which is important to you and your path, comes from pain. Why do you think I always, I don't care if I'm being offensive anymore. I still let like fear of what other people think stop me from speaking my truth. But Why do you think when artists get comfortable and they have money and they have everything that they want, their music starts to suck? Because they're in their comfort zone. Because creation requires pain. You know, like, oh, like, damn, like, okay, when I got comfortable in my YouTube channel, right? And I was getting money and I was well fed and I wasn't struggling, all my bills were paid, I kind of hit a plateau and my work kind of sucked. And that's because I was in my comfort zone, because creation requires uncomfortability and pain. Literally, like in nature, no mother who gives birth doesn't go through intense pain. Birth is pain, creation is pain, but it's also so rewarding because it's your baby. There's, so hey, I'm just saying, this is why, astrological transits are favoring you at this time. And what people notice about you, what do people notice about you? Well, right now, your friendships. There's power struggles happening in your friendships. Or if you're like, I don't have friends, okay, look at your business partnerships. Look at the people you talk to the most on the daily, even if you don't consider them friends. There's power struggles happening here because these people are threatened by your growth. Group 3. And they're noticing you. So what are people noticing you most at this time? People notice your aesthetic. You guys have a bomb-ass aesthetic. Okay, you're graceful as well. A lot of people lack grace. And I am not going to call out names, but, one thing about grace is that it's something you learn. I'm willing to bet, Group 3, you've really learned how to be graceful. It's like the difference between someone who's vulgar and is just coming off as trying too hard. They're coming off as being way too strong. And like, we've all been there before we learn how to hold ourselves. And it's like really cringy from the outside. You're like, oh, that person's trying too hard for attention or to be like, in your face. True confidence is quiet and subdued and felt on an energetic level. And that's what you have, group number 3. You have that grace, and people notice your aesthetic. People also notice one thing about you is your skills, what it is that you're good at. Okay, people notice that you have a skill that is really helpful. Maybe you guys are of service to others as well, and people notice that about you. Like, you're really of service to others and you use your skills to help others. They also notice that you're extremely creative as well. Okay, so now what we want to do, group 3, is I want to see how people, I heard your spirit guides tell me, take it in the direction of love. Take it in the direction of love and romance, because I'm hearing they want me to tell you what's going on in your love life and how people in your love life perceive you, group number 3. Okay, so like how romantic love interests perceive you, how those people who are interested in you romantically perceive you. We're going to take a look at that. So, how people you date and date romantically, how do they see you? They kind of see you as somebody who... This is so interesting because I don't normally view the 7 of Pentacles as a romantic card. I feel like they view you as someone who has the potential to be very successful. The people that you date or have dated, they view you as someone who has a lot of potential to be successful. And when they see you work, or when they see you be dedicated to whatever you're dedicated to, they know deep down in their hearts that you're not going to stay at their level, essentially. Like, I keep hearing when I look at this card, they know, like, the people that date you know that even though you're at their level right now, They know that within a few years, you're going to surpass them in finances. You're going to surpass them in status. They know you're not going to stay at their level. They know you're going to go a little higher. So it makes them a little bit nervous is what I'm hearing. They feel for you that you're destined to have more money and that you're destined to have the finer things in life. Maybe right now you have not reached your full potential in life, but they see that you're in the process of getting there. I don't know why this like came into my head, but the scene from Cinderella where she was like, a maid in her stepmother's house. That's kind of like what I'm seeing here. And she had to make her own dress. But like she knew in her heart her destiny was bigger than just being a maid in a house. And it was like people kind of see you like, yeah, you might be right here, right now, but they know one day you're not going to be at this level. They know one day you're going to be at a whole nother level. So it kind of makes them a little bit nervous is what I'm hearing. And even if you've already made it, like even if you already have, you know, kind of some money, I'm hearing it's like it's not the level you're going to reach like later in life. It's not the level you're going to reach after your first Saturn return. Like this is nowhere near the final stage of your wealth, and people can see that. Let's see how else people you date see you. You know, it's interesting because the people that you date, I heard Jacob from Twilight. I heard, guys, oh my gosh, I keep getting this message group 3 and I hate giving cryptic messages, okay? I'm just here to confirm your intuition. With this wolves and the 5 of swords, you know, wolves make me think of your pack. It makes me think of your friends. You guys might have like a friend or someone you work with, even if it's not a friend, it's someone you spend a lot of time with, you know, in your circle. There might be some animosity or some competition going on there. Okay, so be aware of that. And also the people that you date kind of see your friends, like they don't like your friends. I heard that as well. Like the people that you have dated, the people that you have been with romantically, they see your friends as not good. They see them as deceitful. They see them as not having your best interest at heart. So the people that you've dated have been very protected over you or protective over you because they don't feel like your friends are a good influence or they feel like they're toxic. I'm also hearing like the people that you date or dated, they find you the most attractive when you're going on trips together. Like maybe you guys are always the type of person who takes someone that you love on trips or explorations or takes them traveling or takes them to Vegas or takes them on these crazy adventures in a, you know, on a random trip. They love that about you. That's when you're being adventurous, when you're traveling, that's when you're the most attractive to these love interests. I'm really seeing that, guys. Like, I don't know if you're the type of person where you're like, all right, I booked us a trip to Las Vegas. All right, I booked us a trip to California. All right, get in the car. We're going here. Or like, hey, do you want to randomly get married in Vegas? Do you want to randomly gamble? Do you want to randomly do this? Or like, hey, you know what we should do? We should go on an all-night bender and just say fuck it and live our best lives. Like you take people on these adventures, like these whirlwind adventures, and that's what makes people fall in love with you. Do more of that. Okay? Like you'll be like randomly, hey, let's randomly take this trip. Hey, let's randomly go here. Hey, let's do an all-night bender. You feel like gambling? People love that about you. Like, that's what makes them fall in love with you. That's what they remember about you, is like your random spontaneity on doing random shit. They love that. They love how adventurous you are. And it makes them feel alive. They also feel like it's interesting with you, group number 3. Because people also feel like when they're with you, crazy synchronistic shit happens. And I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot. I'm a woman. I work on a monthly cycle. I'm at a little dip in my cycle. So my brain power is not thinking of creative words. I apologize. But you guys know I love you. So, you know, it's like, I feel like when people are around you, they feel like weird synchronistic things just happen where they're like, whoa, that's so synchronistic. Whoa, that's so magical that everything just happened to line up like that. Like we saw 1111 500 times. Like this is like the divine and God is showing me I'm supposed to be with this person. You know, like people feel like God is like orchestrating something in your relationship, or the divine is, and they see so many synchronicities that are like, damn, this is my person, you know? I don't know how to explain that, but they do. Let's see how else they perceive you. It's interesting. Sometimes you can come off a little insecure in relationships, group 3. You can come off a little insecure in relationships. And also, I'm hearing like something about taming. This looks very much to me like the people you date want to tame you, or maybe you like to tame people. Group 3, which one is it? Do you like to tame people, or do people like to tame you and keep you in a cage? Group 3. I'm seeing in your relationship dynamics, and let me show you what I'm seeing because this is exciting me. You see how this peacock, which is normally free and spreading their wings, is in a cage? You see how this lion, which is normally like loud and roaring, is being tamed by this woman? There's some taming going on here. Maybe the people you date want to tame you, or they see you as you wanting to tame them, or vice versa. You know, which one is it, group 3? You got to let me know. Is there anyone, what I want to know for you, group 3, is there anyone in your love life who is interested in you currently? Well, I'll tell you this, group 3. If you are married, or if you're in a relationship, they freaking love you. They love you. There is no other one. Weezer. I love Weezer, man. I love some freaking Weezer. I'll admit some of my favorite bands have come from my exes, but oh my God, I love some Weezer. It just brings me so much joy to listen to Weezer. Anyway, but you know, like if you're in a relationship or married or you're with someone, there is no other one for them. They love you. You are the done deal. You are their wish fulfillment with that rainbow. That tells me that you're their wish fulfillment. You're their soulmate. They feel like you're their soul family. There is no other one. They want to be with you. They want to go to Hawaii with you. You know, if you're in a marriage, man, they love you. And it's because you stand your ground and you give tough love. And if you're not, if you're not in a marriage, if you're not in a long-term relationship, although I feel a lot of you are, if you're not, this is not good, because it means someone who's already in a committed relationship might be thinking of you. Okay, group 3, because they have rose-colored lenses when it comes to you. And this is someone new, or you haven't been in a relationship with, or you haven't been involved with. They're seeing rose-colored lenses with you. Someone here might even be picturing you as their wife or their husband, or getting married to you, group number 3. Have I been saying group number 2? I'm sorry. Someone here might actually be like having daydreams about marrying you. And this is somebody new, someone you haven't been with, someone who still has that crush, new love feeling. This is someone who is very focused on their work. They're very disciplined. They might be a little bit older is what I'm hearing. Okay, they're older for sure. And they're very focused on their work. I'm saying, like, this is what I see for you in love coming in, all right? Are they going to make a move towards you? Missed opportunity. I feel like some of them are not going to make a move towards you because they're already in a relationship and they're like, you were the right person at the wrong time. And essentially, like, if I wasn't in a relationship, I would be with you. If I wasn't already committed, if I wasn't already like in this committed relationship where my whole life and finances was tied up with this person, I would choose you. I would be with you. It's almost like, damn, why didn't group number 3 come sooner? Damn, why didn't group number 3 come when I was single? Damn, like that's how that person feels. and they're attracted to your charm. Okay? So, I want to see group 3. Now, how do... where do I want to take this? Where do I want to take this group 3? So how do people at your job, group 3, perceive you? Like I'm talking about in the professional setting, if you're in the public eye, what's your public image? Like people who observe your work, or if you just work in an office, or if you just go to school, how do people in the professional setting perceive you? That's what we're looking at next. Saturn in Leo. Generosity, and we have the number 5. Okay, focus, please. Thank you. So I think this is not necessarily a positive card in my eyes, even though it says generosity, because in astrology, Saturn and Leo is it's not good to have Saturn and Leo. And essentially it's because Saturn is the planet. Saturn is a lot of good things, but Saturn is the planet of insecurity in the sign of Leo, which deals with self-confidence. So maybe people at your workplace might perceive you as somebody who struggles with feeling confident in themselves, like your public image, your public persona. And remember, guys, this is I like to give you the truth in my readings, obviously, and there was a lot of good things in it. But if you know this, you can change the way you carry yourself into not being this way, right? So people at work might perceive you as someone who is a little insecure or unsure of themselves. They might perceive your public image as someone who... And the number 5 is a difficult number because it deals with conflict. So maybe they perceive you as a little insecure. Now, the positive of this card is people at work also perceive you as somebody who is extremely generous with your time, with your energy. Like people really, like, you care about the underprivileged, you care about those who need help, and you are someone who gives blessings to those who need help or who are struggling. I don't know what you do, but with this star card here, you're giving the stars to the people who are in poverty. So people see you as kind and caring and generous. So that's like the positive. How else do people at work perceive you? How else do people at work? Ooh, we have the romance card. So you have a lot of people at work who feel romantic feelings for you. You have a lot of people at work who might have crushes on you. Okay, we'll get into that. We also have the Saturn in Cancer. And here we have charity. So I don't know if you guys do public charity, guys, but people see you as someone who is extremely charitable and extremely generous and extremely caring. People see you as someone who really cares about people who are struggling, and you will do anything in your power to help them. Okay, we also have Moon in Aquarius, which talks about independence. So people at your job also view you as someone who's a little strange. You know, people might not get you completely. You know, people might be like, that person's a little bit strange, because Moon and Aquarius people tend to be a little strange. And they might also perceive you as someone who's kind of independent, kind of cold, like you care about people, but you don't let people get close to you. Does that make sense, group number 3? Like people can tell you genuinely care about others. You do things that are charitable. You do things that help others, but when it comes to getting close to you, you're a little cold, you're a little distant, you like your independence essentially. And I am seeing a lot of people at your professional setting who feel romantic feelings for you. One of these people could be a sun in Scorpio. You seem to attract people who are very intense, very passionate, okay? So, you know, like, a lot of people fall in love with you at your job or career, or because of your job and because of your career, right? Let's go ahead and see, guys, now. I want to see how you are perceived on the spiritual plane. I want to see, group 3, how you're perceived by God. I want to see, group 3, how you are perceived by God. How are you perceived by your spirit guides? How are you perceived in the unseen realms by the higher beings, whatever it is that you believe in? Why is that important? Because sometimes, since we can't see that realm, we sometimes forget it exists. Or sometimes we don't believe it exists, but it does exist. There is an unseen force that is guiding you. And in moments of clarity and intuition, you feel it and you see it. But a lot of the times, because the 3D world is taking up our senses, sometimes we stop believing in God or the unseen realm. But the unseen realm is there. Do you know how I know? The astrological wheel shows you every part of your life. And Pisces, the 12th house, is the unseen realm of your spirit guides and of those that are helping you and God. And in moments of divine clarity, you feel their guidance and direction. So let's see how God perceives you. Let's see how your spirit guides perceive you. Uh-oh. Celebration, champagne. We have Aries, I am. Venus, love. We have 5th house of creativity. Angel of remembrance. And Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Your spirit guides are seeing you. So I'm hearing there's a lot about your past life that is coming up here, group number 3. They're saying that you have stayed the same in each life. You are the same person, like the personality you have now, your likes and interests that you have now, the quirks that you have now are the same. Like you've carried those same things with you in every lifetime. So you might be like, I wonder what I was like in a past life. I wonder who I was in a past life. I wonder what my personality was like. Your personality was exactly the same. Your likes and interests was exactly the same in every single past life you have had. And your spirit guides want you to know that. Your spirit guides are also telling me they see you as someone who is so creative, guys. Like you are, when they created you, they were proud of themselves. Like I'm hearing God say, when I created you, or whatever you believe in, doesn't matter. I'm hearing God say, when I created you as a soul and as a being, I celebrated because I was proud of this creation that I made when I created you. Like you are one of my creations that I am really proud of. You know, God does not make any mistakes, of course, but I'm sure when God made Ted Bundy, he wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm celebrating this creation. This was like a prime creation. No, but with you, I'm hearing God say, when I created you, I celebrated you because I was proud of this soul that I created. It was one of my best work. It's one of my best pieces of work. That's what I'm hearing them say. And they're also saying that, you know, you are somebody who's drawn to parties, you're drawn to celebrations, you're drawn to Vegas, you're drawn to, you know, having fun because it's a part of your soul, okay? And I'm hearing that your spirit guides are saying you're about to have a lot more fun and adventure and good times enter your life. Maybe some of you like to drink, some of you like to party, that's okay. They're saying that you're a lot more fun and adventure and excitement is entering your life. They're also saying something is going to be successfully birthed for you. Something has been successfully birthed for you recently, group number 3. Okay, so you're getting success in your creativity and in your 5th house, and you need to celebrate how far you have come with this creativity. Or there's going to be some blessing that's happening in the 5th house of your birth chart, group number 3, which deals with creativity, your children, and birthing something, creative inspiration. Something that you used to love is coming back to you as well. Something from the past is coming back for you, group number 3. Your spirit guides want to tell you that. Something that you loved in the past is coming back with this Saturn retrograde, group number 3. So look out for something from the past coming back, a past hobby, a past talent, something you used to love in the past, somebody you used to love in the past, something you loved in the past is coming back. Group number 3, your spirit guides want you to know that. So that is the messages I have for you. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later.